This morning is a final day in Africa. I have an absolutely phenomenal day, hopefully, and it has been a great week. It's been awesome to spend it with Dad and Annie and Matt. Got to meet some nice new people. Hopefully we'll be able to come back again here someday soon. I was very impressed with the entire operation. Yeah, mine did too.
See that before.
What's that? Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, outdoorsmen, this is the final wrap-up that you'll have from me in regard to our time in South Africa. It was an absolutely phenomenal trip, and we could not have been more pleased with the variety of game that we saw, Our outfitter was great. Our guide, Eric, was extremely professional and was a great guy to be with, and he was very hardworking. Thank you to Chef Clifford, and his descriptions as well as food were top-notch. Could not thank him enough. The only downside was on our way home, there was a general sense of feeling like we were kind of harassed, like they were trying to get the last penny out of us. As you saw in video, we had a police stop, and the driver who was taking us back to Johannesburg had to hand over some cash in order for us to continue to travel on home. We went through the checkpoint in their TSA and had no trouble, but then on the backside, an agent questioned my son about having 2 spent rifle cartridges that were no good other than potentially being a whistle. Accused him of poaching an animal with them, perhaps. Fortunately, Limcroma Safaris did a phenomenal job in providing us paperwork so that we were simply able to show him that. Nonetheless, he still said that he would be contacting the police and detained us. After 15 minutes, I said that if the police weren't showing up, that we would be moving on and that they could find us later in the airport. And as it turned out, nothing came of it. I believe there also, the agent was hoping for a greased palm in order for us to move forward. And then finally, when we got to the gate, they lined everyone up and went through everyone's bags yet again. In the process, took my dad's flashlight, and rather than having an argument that may have delayed us returning, I told him to just let him have the flashlight. A little disappointing. And then finally, when we got back to the US, coming through Newark, it was not terribly well organized, and that may have been the fact that we were coming out of COVID. I tried to explain to the agents that were handling our guns that I had a flight that I had to catch, and they still detained me, and my dad and son rather, were able to get on the plane back to DC, but in the process, I ended up having to wait because on top of everything else, they accused my son of having a weapon, which was simply a carved cow horn that he was bringing back for his mother-in-law. So all of that said, I would highly recommend Limcroma Safaris, and definitely would recommend going to South Africa. It was an absolutely amazing trip, and hope to get back there someday soon. Until next time, get outdoors.